Belgrade Lakes was my first venture into designing a course in America, which was fantastic.
Clive, the right guy for the job at the right time. We had designers and architects from all over the country drooling over this piece of property.
I think my layout, they realized, suited the site, one, but two, I went to art school and architectural college so I can draw. And I put a little red dot, so if you stand here on the first hole, here's my impression of what you would see.
Mr. Alphon, who was the driving force behind this, he saw the character and what could be here, and just to be pure golf. No fancy clubhouses. Anyone could build a clubhouse, he says, but people can't build this.
He was a gentleman, he was a visionary, and he had charm and manners. Really, it was a kind of two-pronged attack. Kyle came in as a partner in the project, and the two of us worked together. He has a very good eye, as one would say. We're looking at all these boulders. I mean, there were thousands of them. So we have a meeting, and there's old Charlie sitting in the back of the room, sucking a piece of straw. And he said, you know, moving boulders is like eating biscuits. You eat them one at a time. All these boulders were picked up by big excavators, taken to the edge of the semi-rough, and that really became a major part of the design. We got to the stage of fine tilth and seeding, and it was the middle of summer.
And then we got like a 500-year storm. I mean, I've never seen water come down so hard.
Half of our seeds ended up somewhere south of New York.
Disheartening, for sure. Expensive, for sure.
And Harold Alphon walked onto the site. What are we going to do? And he said, sod it.
And there's a folklore about it. He loved to talk about it. You know, money I've got, time I don't.
The sod was rolled out. It was fine bent turf for the fairways, and it worked a treat. Then we had Kentucky blue rough, which is a sort of more bluey, darker green. Then we went up into fields of boulders before we got to the trees, and then you have another texture again. So you're building different textures on top, which is very attractive, whatever you're doing in art or golf course design. Even when it was opened up, it looked like it had been there for 100 years, which is exactly what you want. The course jumped straight in for all sorts of ratings. Golf Digest, Golf Magazine, both fairly quickly rated it #1 course in Maine.
Only course in New England to be rated in the top 100 courses that you can play, public facilities. The only one in New England, and that's pretty special.
What a phenomenal result for Harold Alphon, for Kyle, for everybody involved in the team, and of course myself as a designer. It was a magnificent result.